Wait, we do have sound. No, it's not.
Broadcast to StreamX. There we go. Yes, save please. Can you guys say something, please?
Something.
Nice. Thanks.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
And we've got the music. Alrighty. It's working. We're back. I fixed it in just 4 minutes. Windows updates. You gotta love them. Alrighty. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, and we're playing Dungeons & Dragons with Sage and Yosuka, and actually a new player. Shh, it's not Misaka. And we're just waiting for everyone to appear. We're not playing with Shaz today with Gensha because he called in not playing today. I was about to say call in sick, but that's not true. He literally just said he can't, he doesn't have time, which is fine. Nice to have you, Annie. Welcome to the stream. And now I'm a happy man again. I'm just waiting for files to copy. Because I just realized I still have to copy a myriad of files. And I would love to record the session actually. And then again, if you're just copying files or moving files and not just hard copy those files, like cut them, well, you're kind of screwed because they're still taking the same space on the hard drive where they are actually residing on. Anyway, hello Misaka, nice to have you. You shall talk now.
Hi.
There we go.
And we moved.
Yes, and we're moved. And that being said, I would love to record right now. Can't. Can I change the recording destination? Because I do believe that I do have enough space on. I have enough space on that one, so I can change the destination where to save to. No, I can't. Because I'm online. Crap! Seriously. Why can't I change the destination where I save to while I'm online and not recording? I don't get it. Good morning! What's good, NRL TV? Nice to have you. Okay, yeah, we would just handle that. For now, I will have to... Yeah. Still preparing everything here. Go. It's a little bit too wide. That's about as perfect as it gets. Yeah, it is.
Money.
And we've got that, we've got that. Cool, we have that, we've got that. Well, unfortunate. We will have to... Wait, did it finish? No, it's not. Hello, we'll drop in for a while. We'll drop in for a while. That's nice. Hello, nice to have you, Pachmet. Welcome back to the stream. How is life? How was everyone's life? Like, how is life as in terms of how was your guys' weekends? Quite literally asking anyone who can hear this.
What even is life?
That's a very good question. Okay, we've got... And we've got Brother Tiberius. There we go. And now we just transition. Swoosh! There we go. Hello. What even is life? Yeah. We don't know. We can't tell for sure. Cool. I think may just adjust that one a tiny bit. There we go. Weekend was good. Busy. Busy is always good. Busy means you're moving. Moving means progress. Progress means getting somewhere in life. Well, at least one would think that you are making progress while being active and doing stuff. Anyway, that's not part of this stream today. We're not talking about what actually is progress and what not. Though I gotta say, when you're back, I think I've added up 20 days in there. Cool. Okay. So it should be fine. I think like the 10 weeks, 31 days should be fairly accurate. And if not, well, you just got some food for free there. Why not put you back up here? Go. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons, and we're playing Dungeons & Dragons to actually have some fun. That's the prior thing of this stream, so I would ask and urge everyone who is listening to this, please do not make fun of people who are not capable in expressing themselves as good as they would like in English, because everyone is actually doing an extraordinary job here on this stream. We are all doing our best to entertain you guys while we are having fun. Isn't that a fair deal? Talking about that, we are playing today with not Yuzuka, who's playing Brother Tiberius.
Hello there.
We're playing with Sage, who's playing Bernan Alquois.
Hello.
And we're playing with Magna Shatari, with Misaika playing Magna Shatari, who is new to this group and whom you haven't heard yet. Well,
Hi.
apart from that hi that we've heard already, but that is being all the players that are actually active in this session. Today we're not playing with Gensha, who's usually playing Shast Vutum and who is a ranger that is sometimes talkative, sometimes a little bit more shy, but trying to figure out her position in the whole group that we're having here. And talking about the group, actually, that group last time has experienced some fun events at the merchant's location for practically resting, because they've met travelers merchants, and they experienced the first time to see a large dragon. It's not been a grown dragon, they can already tell so much, but it's not been one of the very young and very small dragons that they would know are living all over the continent, living all over the continent that they're residing on. Yet, it is very strange that they've seen such a dragon, because usually those strings are not flocking back to the continent, they are flying out into the world. That is something the players have heard for the first time today, and that is not what the characters do know. What the characters but do know is that they've been encountering bandits. Every time again they're seeing those bandits, and even right before they're close in front of Velvet Valley where they're traveling back to, actually they got into a robbery scene where they had to help. Well, their sense of morality actually made them help those poor people who are actually screaming for help or have screamed for help. And they even struck down one of the bandits. Little did they know that those bandits are actually working together and being 5 bandits. While right now, as we're looking on the map, we're figuring out that there are 3 bandits. There are 2 struck bandits and 1 who's trying to leave and is being chased by Shast, because that bandit has promised to bring back the stolen goods that they actually stole from the next barn / house where those farmers here are living. And Shast, all in that mood to rush behind that bandit, is not really taking care of checking for Brother Tiberius and Bernan, because Bernan is basically just looting those bandits that they've already struck down, not really caring about making those bandits actually bring back those stolen goods. And Brother Tiberius is just back there to let Bernan know, or actually let himself know what's really going on, because he has fought one of those bandits and struck him down really good. But apart from that, he didn't really realize what's happening. He heard some help cries, and then all of a sudden everyone scattered around and nothing really came to his incursion. He also has led his wagon back where his delivery is residing on. And that is where we're tapping back into the game. Actually, quieting down the music here, taking the in-game music, and yeah, that is where we are now. Bernan is now, I think he got a scimitar from this one, and there's a hand crossbow that he can get from that one. That's what I said last time, and I stick to my word. Brother Tiberius is catching
crossbow.
up. Yeah.
My crossbow. Crossbow. Now I can put it in my inventory.
Yes, you can.
And crossbow.
Like one of them had like a scimitar and one of them had a hand crossbow that you can still pick up. That being said, Brother Tiberius is now catching up to Bernan and has the opportunity to actually like chat with him for real this time. And I would say we're leaving the turn order. No need for that right now. And you would have to decide, because basically Shast has already shouted to Bernan that you will follow those bandits, and both have agreed. I've asked that last time twice or thrice, and every time it was, yes, we will loot, then we will follow. So what's going to happen now when Brother Tiberius is chiming in and coming to maybe the rescue? Who knows?
Okay, so Shast is already chasing the last bandit, right?
Just made her way to chase that last bandit that's up here, and they're leaving off into that direction where you saw from you were standing down here. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you've been standing at the pavement, and you saw where the bandit in the north western corner, roughly, left the map basically.
Are there bolts too?
No.
Oh,
Now, as I remembered, one of them was fried by a lightning strike, and someone got some fire or something like that. No, that was basically both. Like one of them was charcoaled by Brother Tiberius using the guiding bolt, and you used a lot of electricity to fry that dude. So no.
a little bit electricity.
A little bit. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. Having to set up everything again just because of Windows updates always annoying. Yay. Okay, Brother
Map
Tiberius.
character theme.
Do you want to do actually something? You probably have heard that those two are planning to head after those bandits. Make a history check, please, for me.
Sure.
You do remember that a couple of days ago someone said something about multiple bandit caves.
So they're probably planning to retreat to there.
Well, that's
Which
what
means
you make out of this. I
Yeah,
just
the,
let you know. And my lamp just turned off.
Just start looting. Hmm.
I mean, I'm a bit stumped on what to do here. One person is already looting, another one is running after the fleeing bandit. There's supposedly more bandits in the area. And my wagon has been left behind.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, well, since we're splitting the party anyways, I'll get my wagon first. I need to make this delivery.
Do you let Bernan that know? Do you let
Of
know?
course.
Do you let Bernan know that way around? Okay, cool. So please, just as a small practice, please play that out.
Banan, you keep doing what you're doing. I need to grab my wagon.
And what about Chas?
She'll manage. And I'll skip her off.
Chas, did you see the bandit?
Again, please.
And Chas, did you see the bandit?
She's shouting back, yes, I do see the bandit, and I have eyes on him.
Brother Tiberius is on the way back to his wagon. What should we do now?
She's telling that that you have to, like, you as a group have to hold those bandits accountable, and that they've promised something, and that you make sure that you need to make sure that they actually do what they say that they do.
Well, then let's follow him. I can't move my token.
Ooh, wait a second. That's probably because I assigned a new character sheet to you. You should be able to. Yep, there we go. Okay. Background music is really nice. Thank you. Okay. Are you convinced that you should follow them, or are you just following them because of Shast? Do you have like doubts that you actually should follow them? Because you've been the one retrieving the information that there are multiple bandit caves nearby, and you already made somewhat friends with a bandit. That's why I'm asking.
Just for Just.
Okay.
Can't leave her alone.
Brother Tiberius, are you actually taking the wagon and just heading forward to the to Velvet Valley?
No, I'll grab the wagon and I'll pull it behind me and get off-road to where the others are.
Okay, cool. You grab your wagon, and you try to catch up, but you do fall behind. After all, this wagon is certainly not made for use on off-road, as we said like before. You do not fall behind as in a sense that you are like half or quarter the speed than the others, but you slowly but surely are falling behind a little bit there. This group up here is basically leaving to the north, and you do follow the bandit, and I would like you Banan, make a wisdom throw.
Wisdom.
Like, you're following them for like half an hour or something like that. And I love that it still has the old picture.
Oh, wait a second.
It's fine. You do follow there for half an hour, and actually at some point you're wondering why you're even following. You can, if you want to, make an attempt to persuade Shast that you actually don't need to follow. If you want to.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, please roleplay that. And roll your persuasion roll. And you do roll against that number that Gensha already rolled earlier today, which is a 9. The DC is 9. You want to roll higher than 9. I strongly urge you to roll higher than 9.
Best I can do is 7.
Just, I don't think we need to follow them. I think it's dangerous there. And I use my bardic inspiration.
Oh, good call. Cool, yeah, I'll let you do that.
Oh, well.
I guess. I guess you don't. Shast is coming to a halt and stops. And actually... and actually is then thinking for a moment. This is now where you stand there for like 3 to 4 minutes, still having a little bit eye on the bandit, who's every now and then turning around, and you just see how he suddenly picks up pace as Shaz turns around to you, towards you and sighs and says, "Well, okay, I just wanted to make this righteous and just wanted to make this good." And this is also when Brother Tiberius now is catching up, and you're now somewhere off track, a little bit north from where you actually should be, but yeah, you basically went up here through the cornfields and through the fields, and over there's already some forest, and you know that there are some smaller hills where you can have where there can be like caves and such.
Marco, wir sehen die Map nicht.
That's fine for me. I can see the map.
Wow.
Um,
a map.
Okay, cool. That's why you now go with that again.
Yeah, cornfields.
Yeah, we've got the cornfields, and this is now where like the forest is and such, and also some hills. It's a little bit hilly, and you do get your you do have the knowledge that there are some caves, and at least the bandits went that way. So yeah, you successfully convinced Shaz to stop and not pursue, and I think for now that's a good thing, especially because Gensha is not here today. And you're free to go wherever you'd like now.
I help Brother Tiberius pulling the wagon and say, "Let's go to Velvet Valley and bring the package to the tavern."
Oh, so you lost the bandits?
Yes, we lost them.
Huh, that's unfortunate. I guess we should warn the merchants that there's a few more bandits here. If we meet any along the way.
Well, let's hurry up. Damn bandits.
Damn bits.
Damn bits.
Bandits.
That's the word. Damn bits.
Yeah, cool. So
Or bad dams.
you do you do take your moment now to go back to the route, to the actual route, and you finally, after 2 long weeks, a little bit more than 2 long weeks of a journey, you reach the city walls, and now let's not warn them. That's what Annie says. Make a do you know how to roll on my Discord, Annie? If you roll an 18 or higher, the people are not allowed to actually warn the merchants. Apart from that, you do
Public inspiration.
you don't want to warn them. Okay, cool. So you do get back, and it is later in the evening. It's not quite that late that everything would have closed, but you now have the possibility to go to whichever location you'd like, whereas this one's the state prison, I was about to say. This one's the sheriff's place, the police station, if you will. So this one's the tavern, Valorian Velvet's place, the bookshop keeper's place. We've got Castellium Petrus place. We've got the place of the pharmacist, the smith. We've got the merchants area. And something you do know is actually, I can pull that off. That's the mercenary for all goods, basically. The merchant for all goods, basically.
First things first. Let's go to the tavern.
I guess everyone agrees on that.
Before we go there, are there any guards at the city gate?
Oh, obviously. Absolutely. You see that there are actually more guards than usual.
Okay. In that case, I'd like to approach one of them and ask them if anything's happened in the past few weeks.
They look at themselves and scratch their heads a little bit, and they say, "How do you define anything happened?"
Well, when I last came here a few weeks ago, there weren't as many guards.
Oh, this is, yeah. Well, this is just by the words of Valerian Velvet. He wanted us to guard up the city walls. Thus, we are now being more guards at the city walls, standing our legs into our bellies. Stomachs. You know what I mean.
Oh, is there any reason for an order like that?
How long have you not been here?
About a month.
Well, that explains. There have been a few changes here and there. Valorian Velvet has let us know that these changes are for our own goods, and that we are arming up to actually be able to self-defend in need.
Wait a second, did you say Valerian Velvet?
Yes, I did so. I meant the Velvet family. Excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, that was a mess up on my head. The Velvet family. Good catch, though. Very good catch, though.
Where is Annie's role?
Yeah, we're waiting
What is
for it.
that?
Yep. I saw that.
What is lost?
I mean,
We can still roll in roll 20.
yeah. You designate someone, Annie, to roll a one. You can designate someone to roll a d20. I don't know why it wouldn't roll.
But is sleepy today.
The last time it worked when
When Gensha.
used it. Okay, it still works here.
Ooh,
That's interesting. Ah, now it works.
it's back.
Cool. Yep. I don't know what that was. Strange. You can roll now. Annie. You can roll yourself now. So,
Bardic inspiration.
no. We're not using that. We're not going that meta. So if you he lets you know that if you want to know more, you might want to go to the tavern or to all those other places where you kind of folks would get information. Now that's a 9. Did I give a DC? I don't think so, right?
18.
18. Damn it. Well, in that case, you're allowed to warn the merchants that you see on the road. Anne's first roll. Nice. She's playing D&D already. Whoop whoop. Alrighty, cool. So you guys are leaving the city guards, I guess, after they've told you that you certainly can have more information, but at those places where you folks would get information usually. And he corrects himself and says adventurers, I mean.
We do indeed leave.
Yes.
Indeed leave. So, I guess onwards to the tavern it is.
Yes.
Onwards to the tavern it is. There we go. I know, you can't see the map, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah, blah blah blah. Too far. Nope. Nope.
Where is the map?
Yeah, wait a second. Oh god! Oh god! So much pressure! Go. Obviously always with you is Shast. And I need to be on the right layer. You will have your map in a sec. Calm down, guys. I know it's very exciting.
Where is the map?
There we go.
Ah,
So you do open the tavern doors, and it is as empty as it usually is at this time. There are a few people sitting around here, actually, and here. It's not very loud in here. And Mulibar is actually doing his thing in cleaning all those mugs. And you are apparently an attraction, Brother Tiberius, because as you enter the room, everyone in this place is turning their heads towards you. And you know why, because your wagon practically falls apart and is squeaking as hell. You surely have all the views on you. Including that dude down here, that dude up here, and this Canasta Club up here.
Canasta what now?
I don't know the English word for that. Let me look it up.
Ich glaube nicht, dass es dafür einen englischen Begriff gibt.
Nope, not canister.
Now I can't move my token again.
Seriously, why? Okay, I'll have to remove. Reset your token. Give me a sec.
Do it.
I do it now. But for that, I'll have to shrink. go.
Now it's tiny bar now.
Let's call it that.
Mm.
Hab ich. Hä? Ah,
Well, if you do things, I just walk over to the barkeeper.
What is happening?
I just populate
So many
the.
small people.
I just populate the bar while someone's walking over to the barkeeper.
3 beer, please.
I guess you're not the only one walking over there, right?
I don't know.
Okay, now it's populated. Cool.
Brother Tiberius gets a bit flustered when everyone is staring at him, and he quickly makes his way over to the bar as well, with the still creaking wagon behind him.
Yeah. Shas is following
How
you
large
guys.
is the wagon?
Shas is following you guys, and then Mulibar is first looking at still looking at Brother Tiberius, and you already gave your orders to have 3 beers, and you get those 3 beers. Still, while Brother Tiberius is being looked at by Mulibar, and Mulibar then says, Well, that is. Will you clean the floor?
Not if I don't have to.
Depends on what you've got in that parcel.
Well, everything the monastery gave to me. And probably some blood. We've met a few bandits. And a dragon.
A dragon?
A dragon.
A dragon?
Let's not talk about that.
Why not? Tell me about your experience with dragons. And he's all
No,
ears
no,
and
no.
and makes himself comfortable on one of the bar counters on his side.
How much cost 1 beer?
He waves at you like I don't care about it, and he's all ears, still talking, still wanting to hear Brother Tiberius' story.
Well, then I reach just 1 beer and drink the beer. And looking at Brother Tiberius.
Brother Tiberius will hesitate for a moment, but will then retell the epic tale of his meeting with a mighty dragon. Which I, as a player, have not experienced yet.
That is true. So how would you imagine it?
I have no idea, I haven't watched last episode.
How would you imagine it? You've seen the merchant's camp, right?
I've seen the merchant's camp, and I
Yep.
remember being told that Brother Tiberius has at one point been hidden beneath a table.
Yeah, cool. So you've got already a few informations. Make a story out of that.
Oh boy.
Play some epic music. Meanwhile, he is telling the story.
I actually don't have any idea for this story.
Okay, cool. So I will not make you or force you to go through this. That would be really mean. Aside of that, I don't think I will record today's sessions at all. I don't think it makes sense to actually now start recording. Okay, cool. So you do tell him that you heard in the far distance the wings, and that it really took a long while, and then then you tell him how close the dragon actually looked, although it was still fairly far away. And Willibard's like, after you finished the story, he says, I wonder why they're back, or why they're coming back. Usually they don't. And that he says more to himself, but you all can hear that. And then he says to you, well, yeah, let me check on that delivery that you gave us. Beer's on me today. And he checks your delivery and makes sure that everything's all right, and that there's actually no blood on his hop seats. And yeah, he's fine. You don't have to consider yourself in debt anymore with this tavern.
That is actually pretty great.
So can consider this one. This task is done. And you only have to make sure that there are a few more things done. Cool, yeah, he's going back behind the counter. You want to go back to your regular places, and then you see this guy sitting there still. You do see a tiefling there, sitting alone, sipping on a beer, and is looking kinda open-minded, if that fits. He looks a little bit awkward, and also not really fitting in the scenery. Do you want to sit somewhere else, or do you want to sit with awkward tiefling?
Do any of us happen to know this tiefling?
No.
Is he looking like Shakira?
No.
In that case, let's take that table over there. And I'll just move over to one of the free tables.
I move over to the tiefling and ask him, did you know someone who's called Shakira? She's a tiefling too.
Nah.
And who are you?
My name's Magna. Who is you?
My name is Bernard. Why are you sitting alone on our places?
This is your place? I didn't see name.
Yes, but when we in the tavern, we always sit here.
Nobody told me.
Well, that's not a problem for me, but I didn't see you before.
Well, Magna is new to town. Magna is looking for some help.
Help for what?
I can't say it loudly.
Well, then say it quietly.
Fair enough.
It's not the right place. It's not the right place.
So where is the right place?
Like when nobody's around, we can talk about it.
Hey, brother Tiberius, come over here. And just you
Uh,
too.
I step up to the table and look at Bernard. What's wrong?
That guy. His name is Magna. He needs help.
Oh, greetings, Magna. I'm Brother Tiberius. What do you need help with?
He can say it loudly.
He could say it quietly.
Well, you know, that's not the right place here.
You do remember that there's a room back there where you've met certain people.
I do indeed remember that room quite fondly.
Hmm?
We could go to the pirates booth back there. They should be out of town by now. At least I hope so.
Well, Magna, come with us and tell us your story.
Yeah,
And I
Magna
start
will
moving.
follow.
Oh god.
And Magna goes on all his fours and is crawling after them, not walking on his 2 feet.
I take a look first. Are there pirates in there?
Nope. Actually, this
Then I
place
go
has
in.
never been looking as great as it does right now. So apparently someone paid for renovation.
Maybe. Well, then I go over to the chair and sit down.
Tiberius will also just take a seat.
Yeah, and Magna follows and is sitting on the table right in front of them,
Well,
kind of looking down to them.
Is there a reason why you're sitting on the table?
It's wrong? Is it wrong?
you can sit on a beautiful chair.
Nah, it's fine here. It's fine here. Magna likes the table.
Well, please tell us your story.
Well, Magna is looking for some people to help him. Magna needs help to find a beloved person, and I came here and heard of a group, and I talked with some people. And that described the group, and it looks like it's you that I'm waiting for.
Shaz is, by the way,
Tiberius
sitting
looks-
down here. Let me... Maybe for...
Brother Tiberius looks totally shocked. There's actually people talking about us now?
Well, yeah, it was a man like the sheriff or something like this.
Sheriff.
Yeah. Because I asked for some good adventurers.
And he say we are the good adventurers.
Well, kinda.
I'm a little bit confused.
I mean, Aren't you good adventurers?
Oh, we certainly are. It's just that we're quite new to all this adventuring stuff. So I didn't expect someone to actually recommend us.
I see.
Guess we should thank Altix for always being so nice to the sheriff.
Oh, Altix, my good old friend.
Wonder what he's up to. Anyways, so how do we find this beloved person of yours?
We have to travel a bit. It's not here. It's like in the south of the land.
In the south?
Oh, that's
How far in the south?
It takes a while, maybe a few weeks, or yeah, maybe a month or two.
Well, Brother Tiberius, I think we should help him. I mean, I love to travel with you guys, and our first adventure was great. We meet a few new people.
we have any other real quests at the moment?
Jetzt
I mean, that's all
gerade,
the things about,
right now in this moment, you only know about the mysterious relic that is in the Forest Unknown, where you could travel off towards soon. But other than that, you would have to catch up with either the quest board or with people in the town to get new quests.
Right, then there's also the stuff about the shard. About the shards that are supposed to be here. Everything about Valorian. And there's also the stuff we heard about in the monastery. That there is supposed to be someone gathering those shards around here and bringing them to Valorian. But none of that yields to be an immediate threat.
If you help Magna, Magna will do a favor for you. Sounds
What?
good, eh?
What kind of favor?
What do you need?
Someone who can cook.
Cooking. Mm. Well, I can try.
Well, but first we need to go to the sheriff. Right, Shast?
Shast is looking at you and is nodding. Not sure why, but sure.
So,
am I still
with that
online
thing-
streaming?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay, my elements have just turned white.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, cool. Just proceed.
Well, of course, that thing that he is putting on your knee. You can show him that you're not the one who kill people.
And She nods. All right, yes. Yes, you're right.
Well, Magna, we help you, I think. And first we need to go to the sheriff.
Sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. And he's clapping his hands like a little child.
Think we
Yeah.
take a night of sleep and then we go to the sheriff.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good.
Do you want to have like more party here, or are you just like leaving now and
I am the party. I start playing
Blöde
some
Frage.
music.
yeah, well, I forgot about that. Yeah. I have to look around my camera to fix my stream setup. I would love to have that one again. It's cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can proceed. We can proceed. Cool. Okay, so you're leaving the
First we make some party.
yeah, you're having a party, and you're basically basically celebrating that you're back in town and that everything's
And
good.
free drinks.
Most important.
Well, yeah, you celebrate obviously those 3 beer that you've got for free, and then I will not make the same mistake again of having you drink here and then contesting on all that kind of stuff. Not yet, at least. That's like 10 episodes too early. And then you're going back to your places. Magna, you do reside right now in this in this tavern. You're going back back over here, and if you want to, someone can invite you over because they have their own places here.
Well, Magna, where are you sleeping tonight?
I don't know. I have to look for a place. Maybe on the roof is fine.
You can sleep in my house tonight. If you want.
In your flat.
I say house.
Okay, cool. Okay, never mind. Mikasa is too, Casa.
Yeah, sounds good. Magna will follow.
Then I go to my big house.
Fair enough.
The magnificent one-room mansion.
Yeah.
It's a big house.
House of Tiny Wonders.
Well, then we're sleeping, I think.
Cool.
Yep.
Long rest.
Let me quick test. Why is my chat connection not working? I don't know. I can't do that right now. Anyway, cool. So everyone's having their rest, and we're going onwards to this map. Oops. Where is... Oh crap! There we go. Cool. Okay, so everyone's going to the flats, and obviously now we're not having the party token right now, but most people are here, so we're leaving there. Everyone's at their places, and it is a peaceful night. And as you walk back to your place, obviously walking like the shortest distance there, it's been a long travel. Everyone's tired. You do see and realize that there's less things happening on the street. Usually there would be like at least a few people still on the street, but it's almost no one there. It's not that those people that you do see seem to be worried about being out late, but most people seem to be in their house right now, and everything seems a little bit more settled right now, and not as partying and as liveful as when you left. And with that thought, all of you are going to rest and having a good night. Everyone's having breakfast at their own place because by some miracle someone refilled the fridges. And you do get then to gather back up here. So these guys wanted to have a walk, that's why they're walking back up. And then you make a first way to actually have it to be to the sheriff's place. You go into the sheriff's place, and immediately you can see that there are now more people sitting, and that the sheriff's not alone anymore, or like not with just one deputy anymore. Praise the fridge fillers. And also the sheriff looks a little bit, well, he actually looks a little bit less serious as usual. He looks a little bit more relieved, a little bit less stressed. So apparently things have turned out good for him. And as you walk in, his face all of a sudden turns from a relaxed expression to a more tense look. Not that he seems like he doesn't want you to see. He doesn't want to see you. More that he looks a little bit tense. And he waves you guys over.
Good morning.
He nods to you and says, Bernan, correct?
That's correct.
Good morning, Bernan. Good morning, Shast. Good morning, Brother Tiberius. And you strange dude are Magnus, right?
Yes.
Good morning, Magnus, then. Then he's looking at all of you guys. Then he congratulates you, Magna, to have found the right group. And he says, that's exactly the group that I meant. And then he points at Bernan, not taking notice of that Shas is still alive. And says, you wanted to prove that Mac is not a murderer. Do I remember that correctly? And that is
That's
what I'm
correct.
asking. Cool. You told him actually that, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So that was a question as character and as dungeon master there. And he says, well, I guess that's bad news then. He's going to be hung today. Maybe his head will chop off, depending. if you want to, you would have to go there by now and as soon as possible to stop that process.
Then I have to go now, I think. And I run out.
Anyone following?
I came back. Where is it?
He laughs for a second and then he says, "Oh, you can't miss it. It's the old marketplace."
Okay, we
That-
see you later. And I run to the old marketplace.
Okay, cool. You run off to where the market has been residing, and how does everyone else react? Well, Shast is obviously staying there and telling him that and giving back the ankle bracelet.
Magna is a bit confused what is happening around him, and Bernard is running out, and Magna has no idea why. But he looks at the other two, and should we follow?
I think we should, yes. I have no idea who he's trying to save, but he seems a bit desperate.
At that notice, he says, the sheriff says, "Oh, it didn't he inform you guys? He was trying to vouch for Mac not being guilty as charged. Mac is that dude, it appears, that is the mass murderer of this town. You remember you tried for like a day or two to figure out who he is?"
Of course we remember that. But who is Meg? Do any of us know him?
No.
Very well.
It just happened that Bernard apparently seems to have some interest in saving him for whatever reason. And that is also what the sheriff tells you, that Mac is the guy that you've been looking, the mass murderer, and that Bernard seems to have an interest in actually saving him.
I
And-
see. Where would we find him again?
You do remember where that huge market is?
Of course.
Well, good. That's not a market anymore. It
It's
is.
an execution ground.
It is an execution ground now.
Oh boy.
Things have
Well-
tightened up here, while you haven't been there.
Let me guess, Valerian Velvet?
While the Velvet family has used their veto that traders should only trade with local shops now, so there's no reason for that marketplace anymore. And therefore they've used it for something that we didn't have in this town. Now we have an execution ground.
I guess we'll talk about that later. I'll see that Bernard doesn't do anything to get himself executed as well. See you later.
Sure. Have a great time. Enjoy yourselves.
Bye, have a great time.
Yeah, that kind of. So I guess everyone's following, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, you will eventually catch up with Banan for the sake of not splitting the group too often. And Banan is running ahead of you like 15 to 20 feet. And he is literally running down here. And you can see that the place is already crowded. People are sitting here in the flats at the windows and balconies. and well, no balconies, just windows. And you do see up here those gallows? No, not gallows. What's the word for that? Galgen?
I think it's gallows actually.
I quite literally looked it up last week.
It is gallows, yes.
Easy. Yep, cool. So you do see those gallows there.
Do we see either Banan or someone resembling someone with the name of Meg?
Well, you saw Badan. He was running in front of you. And Meg is seeing someone that resembles a Meg up there and apparently waiting for execution.
Oh boy.
So where is the man who bedient den Galgen?
The executioner?
Executioner.
The executioner?
Technically, he would need to be that small. And you would have to be that small as well. Just to give you some size properties here. So some ideas of the sizes. Technically, he would have to be even smaller, but never mind. So you do see the executioner standing somewhere over here and still chit-chatting and having a laugh and being all nice and happy.
I ran over to him.
You run over to him, so your group sees how Banana is running over to the executioner. And let's put on some more dramatic music for that case. I just need to find dramatic music. You can proceed. Let's just take that music. It's battle music, but it's dramatic music.
Well, you need to stop this.
The executioner is turning around and says, "Who says so?"
Well, I wait a minute.
Boy,
I
catch
ran
your
over-
breath and then talk in full sentences to me. I don't have the whole day. Well, I actually have just one execution today. Life is good.
Well, you know, he is not in his own mind if he murders someone.
Yeah, we don't care. He kills people, we kill him. Easy as that.
But I have some researchers here, and I'm very sure that he doesn't kill anybody. And I hand over my researchers.
Well, the executioner is looking at that, and as you get the idea that he might destroy those researches, you just take it back and let him read out of your hand, rather than having him giving that. And I would like you to roll a persuasion roll.
Bardic inspiration.
Yes, do so.
Persuasion.
also mark off one of your Bardic Inspiration dice for that.
I have some dice.
You can't just use Bardic Inspiration every time, all the time. I will put them into your. You just proceed. You just proceed.
1d6 is.
Yeah, it's 1d6. Cool. So you're talking back and forth with the executioner, and at some point you say something that you kind of regret. A second later, but this seems to do the trick, and this is when the group is also closing the gap, and everyone hears you saying, and you hear yourself saying, well, you can hang me as well if I haven't proven in 2 days that Mac the Gripperton is not a murderer. And that instance, all the colors just fading out of your face. And but you still hold your ground and stand to what you say. And the executioner looks at you and says, "Hey, these guys, this random troop there, be my witnesses. I will hang you if you haven't proven in 2 days that Mac is not that Mac is not a murderer." And those random troop is actually the rest of the party, like Shast, Brother Tiberius, and Magna, and also like the 2 or 3 people standing around him talking to him.
Well, that's it. Guys, we need to find out, or to find the one who's killing here.
And then one of those 3 guys, actually one of those 2 guys, excluding the executioner, is leaning over to you and says, I think what he's trying to say is that you actually just need to make sure that he's not killing anyone. Because we don't have real proof, but we don't have not a proof. So if he's just killing for 2 days, no one else, this may be enough as well. Maybe. Just opening that window for you. I really don't want anyone to be hung here who's not guilty or something like that. And that person's now looking at you, Banan.
Well, then he come with us.
Sure. Why not? It's not been that I've been waiting all week for that, and that I've been paid for that, and I have to repay them, and that everyone here is now looking at you, and you will certainly have a name. You better think of a group name then. Obviously. And the executioner with that is stamping away, stampfen, stampft weg.
Wie ein kleines Kind.
Yeah, towards the gallows, and then he basically tells the people he declares that there will be no execution today, but in 2 days, most likely, there will be one, and everyone will get a notice if there is an executioner. Executioner off with their head! No, that's the Queen of Hearts. In 2 days. Exactly. So you have called off actually a an execution. You have saved, for now, the life of Mac the Grippiton. He is now joining your group, so therefore I remove the token from the map right now. And cool. And you do get to have this character sheet as well in your humanoids NPC humanoids in the compendium. We have no need for the dramatic music for now. And we're back to everyone's now looking at you again. That seems to be a common theme now. And you have a Mac the Grippiton joining your group.
Now it's Final Fantasy time.
And that Mac is running over to you. He's crying. He has bruises all over his body, and he's crying and sobbing and thanking you guys for rescuing him. And he tries to get off and run off.
Nope. I hold him back.
Cool. You hold him back. There's no real force needed to do that, as he is kinda kinda weak in his own terms. Very small person, a very fragile person, seemingly, but a very actually. You all can see that he seems to be a very kind person, a very kind-hearted person, and a very handsome person, even when there weren't those bruises.
You stay with us now.
He's asking you, why? Who are you? Who are you?
My name is Bono.
Who's the rest of you guys?
And the little one is Brother Tiberius, the woman is Shas, and our new friend is Magna.
He's nodding to all of them, and then he nods, thinks, and then he says, "You are the one who saw actually that I haven't killed that one woman, right?
That's right.
Then you shouldn't know that it's not safe around me. Why are you here then?"
Well,
And as you're slowly walking, I would like can you describe, like, are you walking in a bulk? Are you walking like side to side, like shoulder to shoulder, or are you walking in a line, in pairs? How are you walking?
he's on my right side.
Okay, cool. I would like you to make I assume that the others are following after you, and I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw. And gracefully you're jumping forward as you perceive that as you see that someone is emptying their doo-doo buckets out of a window into that area here. seemingly not happy about you or Mac or whatever, but that could have hit you and it would be really unpleasant.
I still wonder that Brother Tiberius is not asking something.
Brother Tiberius is just taking everything in that's happening.
I mean, you're the guy that supposedly knows him, so I'll leave that to you for now.
Mm-hmm.
So to fill everyone in, because that is something that no one has really talking about, Banan actually saw how Meg the Untold, or Meg the Gripperton, or Theo, as he lets you guys know that he's called Meg Theo Gripperton, as he supposedly killed someone, but he didn't really. It's been the it's been the items around him killing that person and not him. And that was when Banan actually very quickly decided that that this person apparently is not a killer, but as he heard that people were looking for him, or actually for a mass murderer, and he thought that might be him, he went to the sheriff. That was when you first met, or when you met him, when he was joining your group. And that was when he was asking for Meg to not be hung and not be killed, because he believes that Meg is actually not guilty as charged if he would get caught. So this is now why Meg is joining the group, because Banan actually found out that his theory, religious-wise, is true. And while you're walking back, he's explaining you that in the you're walking back to your base, like the tavern, and
The base.
that's your base now. And while you're walking there, he's explaining you that in the Monastery of Faith, he's been looking for a book, and that's why he's been away for so long. And within that book, he looked if it's actually possible that luck itself is ignoring people or not recognizing people, and he found a little something there. Do you want to share that, or do you want to keep that?
No, I want to share that.
Okay, you want to share that. So let me share that with everyone. And this is what he found. Oh, no, not shared with me. Shared with everyone. There we go. Show to players. So everyone can read on that one. Well, I can read it out. So that's the excerpt from Gods Are Humans Too by Wilfried Schuster. And it is a quote, a partial quote. And thus I practice a few rituals to shift odds in my favor. Every day I started with praising the glorious sun, by telling her how beautiful she is, and that I really wouldn't want to miss her. Then I jumped in joys, dancing in circles around a copper piece to practice an emotional state of happiness and conjure luck for every day. Next I kissed my wife, most passionate, tickling her with my mustache to keep the fiery love within ourselves awake. And last but not least, I took an ice bath to cherish the warmth of my body and celebrate life itself. The last result were the results were absolutely amazing, and I conducted that gods are humans too. Not only did I feel more connected with life from there on, also it made me way more aware. After a couple of days, I suddenly started finding copper pieces on the street just lying around. My wife started to be way friendlier, and I would say I'm happier in general. So if you ask me, gods want attention. Offer them something representing their domain, and they will start listening. And if you need it quickly done, make sure to have a proper ritual. Force those gods to see you. So that is what you found, and that is basically your indicator that you would have at least to talk to Mac and make sure that he knows about this kind of stuff. He's obviously not that large. He's sitting there. There's a chair now. Just saying. So he's sitting there looking at all of you. Magna probably sitting with his feet on the chair, just a little bit awkward, and then Banan is leading the conversation and asking if Mac ever like praised the gods or something like that. And Mac nods and he says, sure, but that's been a while ago. They have forsaken me anyways, so why should I? Listen, I really don't know what we should do here. Are you planning to like kill me, or what is it? You act strange. For someone who's trying to save me, you should just let me go.
If I let you go, my head is on the Gangle?
Gallo.
Gallo 2.
Give me a sec. My lamp just starts flickering. Because why shouldn't a lamp after half a year start flickering? But you know, when you're with me longer, then you will die anyways. Because that's what's happening to creatures around me.
Well, you need to beten,
Pray.
to pray to the gods again. Now.
You can't be true. You don't want me to pray right here, right now. What's wrong with you? You're not serious. Is he
That's
serious?
what I want.
And he's looking at Brother Tiberius and Shast, and for a moment at Magna too, and then he thinks like, Magna will probably say anything but the truth, or at least something plausible. So he's looking at Brother Tiberius, hoping for like a true answer there.
Tiberius shrugs his shoulders. There's always a chance the gods will show pity to you.
Magnus just looking and listening to the others is
Mm-mm.
like quite confusing to him right now.
Not only for him. um. Well, Max starts to fold his hands, and that is when you see Mulibar coming down. Oh no! Pressing the wrong buttons. Coming down from here, walking towards you guys, and he's carrying a huge tablet with a lot of food, and he is kinda stumbling and seems to be fallen. But the moment that that Mac is folding his hands and starts to pray, he's catching himself. And then after a few seconds, he stops praying and looks at Brother Tiberius and a banana and says, "Well, it will not bring anything." And Mulibar just stumbles and falls over.
Why you stop right now? You must believe.
Max says, "As I said, it will not bring anything. Can we at least try to, I don't know, to prove that I haven't killed anyone?"
That's what I do right now.
No, you're trying to make a fool out of me and to make me pray to gods who actually left me alone. Make a persuasion roll to actually to make him believe your words. It's not a hard roll. Yeah, not a hard roll, and a 20. He then folds his hands again, and he starts praying, and yeah, that's how a little while goes on, and he's praying and praying, and nothing unusual is happening anymore. You have seen already on your way here people tripping or this kind of stuff, but now everything seems to be fairly peaceful. And then he says, seriously, once he stopped after like an hour or so, while you've been talking about the past events, you're actually trying to get some more information out of Magna, where he comes from and what he's doing and why the frick he's having his legs on the table again. And then he asks, like, can we at least, I don't know, shouldn't you like visit those places where they tell that I've killed someone?
If you come with us,
Well, obviously I have to.
so where was the first place?
Or the first place you ask? Well, that must have been here, and then you guys are starting to follow him around the city, and he's actually showing you quite some places. He's been all over this village. Actually, not city. Now I'm saying city myself. So the first place been up here, and he's telling you that there's a dragonborn who died while he was there. And as you probably try to get to talk to those people living there, and they see him, they're obviously not as happy, and then okay, so you do talk to those people then. Again, they are not happy to see Meg, obviously, but you're protecting him, so they're kinda not able to do anything to him as they would do. You can clearly see that. And then you're talking to him, to that dragonborn that is there, still there. And he after a while he just says, but that creature there, and he's pointing at Meg, has killed my brother. I'm sure of that.
Did you see that?
No, of course not. How should I see my brother falling out of the window when I'm not in the room?
Was he in the room?
Well, obviously. How should he able be? How should he have been able to kill my brother otherwise?
Did you see him in the room?
Right the moment I opened the door, I saw him, and my brother was falling out of the window. Well, he smashed the ground, and the Dragonborn's actually starting a little bit to sob there.
But you didn't see him pulling him.
Pushing. No. But how high would be the odds that he would fall through a window that's kinda loose? Oh. I mean, technically, it may be true that Meg may not have that this dude has not killed my brother. I do have to admit that the window comes loose from time to time, and that Meg was here to repair the window.
Was the window closed?
I don't know, I guess so.
So your brother fall out of the window when it was closed?
Let me say that in German really quick. So, also der Drachengeborene hat eben schon gesagt, dass das Fenster hin und wieder mal von alleine aufgeht. It comes loose.
Ja, das habe ich verstanden.
Okay, cool. He shakes his head and says, what was your story again? And Max says that he came there, he delivered the windows, he wanted to replace the windows, then the Dragonborn leaned against that window and fell out of that window himself. As Mac went towards him to warn him that the window is actually broken and that he wants to replace it. And if you want to, you can assist and you can make a charisma roll, a group charisma roll. Like everyone can roll, and if you're higher than 10, that Dragonborn is convinced and he will actually tell in front of the court that Mac is not guilty as charged for this case.
Charisma.
Charisma. Charisma.
Charisma.
Charisma. Yeah, that is higher than 10, isn't it? That's a 27, that's a 33, divided by 3, that's an 11. Good job, guys. You've convinced the first of many to come. Well, of a couple of more to come. That Mac actually is not the murderer of his brother. And even the chat be like, charisma! Went almost a cappella there. Yeah, cool. So now a little bit more relieved, and a little bit more enthusiastic. Mac now getting the hopes that he will actually not be hung. He starts showing around the city again, and everything takes like really long actually. This time he's bringing you over here, and he tells you on the way that this time he tells you up front what actually was happening there. And he tells you that someone died by a polstering needle through the neck. And he tells you that he was delivering a new polster couch. He was just delivering it. He's not the one who was polstering the couch new. And that Mac was charged guilty because they think he killed that poor little girl that was jumping onto the couch. Yeah, it happens to be that the upholsterer, der Polsterer, is there as well as you get there, and pretty much the same story. They are very unhappy, and they get to talk to you, and then they say that Mac was found with a needle in his hand covered in blood while holding the dead girl in his other arm, and that is why they think that he was guilty. Do you want to like roleplay that out, or do you want to just go into the charisma checks here?
Charisma.
Charisma.
The upholsterer is there as well, you said, right?
Yeah, he's there as well.
In that case, I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Sure. And
I'll post that spell for you.
There's my chat. For the duration, you know. Okay, so you see and look around, and you do notice that everyone has some, to some degree, some celestial or maybe some some dark gods or something like that. But like you do see some evil, some good, but to normal degrees, right? And then you look at Mac, and there's just nothing. He's just a blind spot for you, basically. You do see him, but you don't.
Huh.
You simply can't focus him. So you conclude that Bernard is right. This poor creature is completely off the radar of the gods.
In that case, I'll help him for now.
You help him? How do we help him?
Charisma.
Okay, so yeah, do your charisma
Charisma.
rolls. Do your charisma rolls.
Oh,
That's good. You're again,
Saved.
yeah, you're again over the 10, and so the story here is actually that the polsterer forgot to take out these needles, and that's why he's here right now, to get back his needles that still have been sticking in the polster of the couch. Yet the little girl jumped onto it and unluckily fell on one of these couches, piercing her neck with a long polstering needle. And Mac actually just tried to rescue her, and well, he fled this seemingly murder scene because his nerves are not as good, and thus he was charged as guilty because he fled the scene and he didn't explain anything, and no one was really then looking into it until you did right now. So the polsterer, the upholsterer, and the family will go to Kurt and let them know that he didn't kill the little girl, but it was an accident. And so the next story is a tad more, even more tragic. a tad more tragic, I was about to say. The next story is even more tragic, but you will have your rest through the night. The next day is coming, and you gather again in front of the sheriffs, and then you get over here, and Mac is basically telling you guys that this was kind of a date, but not really a date. Oh wait, no. For this one, you are down here at the grocery, and that it would start there, and the grocery store owner, being I thought I had a name. Yeah, never mind. I don't have the name right now. The grocery store owner actually is, yeah, that will haunt me. I know I had a name. Is nodding as you're asking whether there's like this special ingredient that she was giving out, and she says yes, but well, I've warned the customer that she sold some herbs to. That this soup that this customer is trying to cook should rest for at least a day before eating, or otherwise it will be too hot to eat, like temperature-wise. And then you go back to you go back to this place up here, and you find yourself at a customer's place from Mac, who apparently is just running errands for people. He is a fixer, as in he's fixing stuff, and he is someone who's carrying luggage and this kind of stuff. He's just trying to help everyone around, and so someone invited him over. A customer invited him over for a for a discussion over a new commission, and that said creature that was inviting over basically cooked something for the first time, something very special, and as the grocery store keeper basically told you that the creature was trying to cook or produce a dragon flame soup, which is practically molten lava that will be deliciously prepared with a few other ingredients. That poor creature that was preparing it was tripping, falling over, and cooking herself alive. And Meg was found when he actually pulled that pot away and tried to pull that pot away. You can even see burn marks in his hands as he's saying that. And then he pulled that away. He ran to get water, was seen by the maid, who then was getting into the place and thinking that he was charged as guilty for the murder. So you do the charisma checks again, and we have 2 more scenes. If you want to, we can have 1 more scene, which would be enough if you convince right now.
Charisma.
More singing.
That is not enough.
Huh.
Not enough charisma.
Not enough charisma.
Not enough charisma.
Well, I guess they're not convinced. I guess you will have to sit through 2 more stories, or I give Brother Tiberius the hint that he probably still has inspiration.
Story time it is.
Story time it is. Alrighty, cool. So this maid is not convinced and will strongly say that believe that that Meg is still guilty as charged. Yet what you do realize when Meg is not praying for at least an hour every now and then, like, bad stuff is going to happen around you again and again and again and again. So the next story is basically after several years of walking a dog, the gnome was known to have, a gnome was known to have a beautiful dog named Fluffy. Little did they know that Meg actually tried, that's cool when you narrate it in the wrong order. So the next one is the next one basically is a gnome whose family you're visiting, and they do know that that gnome is always carrying like the most irresistible and most most awesome awesome things on with him, and apparently that day that he was unlived, people thought that Meg would have killed him, but he really didn't, as they didn't know that Meg actually tried to rescue the gnome while Fluffy was munching on its owner's neck. Seemingly, the owner ate something so irresistible that the dog remembered its original race, a wolf. That little Fluffy is actually a wolf. And suddenly jumped its owner. Meg, with a dog treat in his hand, was found. Thinking that he might found guilty, he ran away.
Charisma.
Charisma it is. Now that's
a
going
lot
to be
of
a
charisma.
certain. Yeah, that's going to be a certain save there.
Yeah.
Wait a second. We are. Yeah, it's always that order, right? Banan, Brother Tiberius, Magna. What's wrong with your charisma today, Brother Tiberius?
Hey, I've done 2 really good ones.
Yeah, a 6 and a 5. Yeah, cool. So this one, the family is actually thinking about it, and then they do know that there's something that they can't eat while that Fluffy is around, and it seems plausible for them that they will actually talk out. That Meg shouldn't be charged as guilty. And yeah, one more it is. And the last one is... Yeah, the last one is actually the one that Banan saw. It's over here. And that is as well what Shast saw. And as well what Brother Tiberius could have experienced as well. But couldn't, because he was in delirium. So basically, Meg was dating a beautiful other halfling. Meg was found for a visit, and he was for a visit one time. While the other halfling knew that Meg actually was searched. While she actually knew that he was searched and wanted, that's what the family actually confirms, that they know that. She believed him that he was actually innocent. Starting to make out, the two lovers bumped into a shelf, which made a spider run away. Meg, being cautious that no one hears them, goes to close the door. Little did Meg know at that time that she, the other halfling, was arachnophobic. Seeing the large spider that crawled up from under the shelf, the woman screamed and suffered a fatal heart attack. The door bursts open. Family members that have been in a room further away, like one room away, to find her lying on the floor with a laceration, Platzwunde, on her forehead. Meg was charged guilty as he fled seemingly the murder scene through a hidden door into the next empty flat. And that is what you kinda from your flat were able to see through the window, Bernard. And this is now where you get advantage. Bernard, you do get advantage on convincing the family to speak out for Meg that he's actually not guilty as charged, because you are a witness, actually, that just wasn't called in. So give us more charisma checks there.
Charisma.
That is a 19.
Small.
That is a 21, and that is already enough. Brother Tiberius, where are you at? I love the one in the end because you've cut out. Alrighty, okay, that family is so convinced that he's not charged as that he's not guilty as charged. So you now have gathered all those people, right? And you've told them that they should come tomorrow to the executioner's place, and that you will actually have to and that they actually have to tell them that Mac is not guilty. And this is now what happens. Look of complete innocence. This is now what happens. So you are basically going home, and as Magna is already staying with Bernan, Brother Tiberius, do you want to have Mac around you over the night?
I will invite him to my home and offer to show him how he should pray to the gods and what he
Ooh.
should do.
A little teaching lesson share. Make a religion and a performance check.
Sure.
Sure.
Performance is that, yes?
Yes, I did. Ooh. Okay, the religion is mediocre, and it's just default. You're basically saying what you already said like a couple of dozen times.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to pray to Lyoth. I don't know much about any other gods.
Exactly. But you do as well know, and I think I've even wrote that name into the text on my Discord. Let me check that for Shard
the
of
big
Luck.
guy. Yes.
So you are aware of the name of that character. Oh no, I haven't. I haven't mentioned. Okay, cool. So you're not aware of the name. Which is not bad. So you basically give him throughout the whole night a one-on-one in how to pray and how to be a believer, and actually believe in that specific god that he wants to, and you do a really good job. You do have a point in exhaustion by the morning, though. Yet he's so grateful that he promised you, if you need any information from like the poor scene of this valley, that he will get that information for you guys. Like, this is an offer to the group, not just to Brother Tiberius, but he's so grateful that you saved his life that he now offers this to Brother Tiberius right now. That he get any information that like poor people around Velvet Valley may have, and that he will bring that to you guys.
Pretty cool.
You, good sir, if I remember that correctly, you do have a character quest, don't you? Brother Tiberius.
That may or may not have been the reason why I did this.
That may or may not have been a very clever move there. Mark your first. Mark your first creature of this nature that I'm sending to you right now. Oh, there we go.
Alrighty.
You could even count it to the count it to the second part as well. To that, you can count it to either, not to both, but to either, like to one of each. Regardless of that, you're gathering up again, and you're having a breakfast. It is uncomfortably comfortable. Nothing's happening for quite a few hours while you're having your breakfast. And I say that because Mac is around you, right? So as there's nothing really happening, you do decide to get to the executioner's place and execution grounds, and like not everyone, but a lot of people have gathered there now, and the executioner is starting up here, and you can already see all the families in front of that you've gathered and all the people that you've gathered. So you're making your way through the crowd and onto the gallows plateau, actually. And then you're talking to the executioner, and he's getting actually a judge being brought in. And after that has happened, like after an hour or so, you are now basically talking, and everything's everything's being settled, and they find out the truth. You've been asked like a couple of times whether you have like intimidated the families to kill them all or something like that. But everyone seems to be there for free will, and they do believe you. They have no reason to not to believe you. Even the sheriff's somewhere in the back there, you can see that, and he seems to be kind of happy and kind of relaxed now, even by seeing you, and all the tenseness that you saw before is gone. So you do you do make sure that Meg is actually rescued, and then you give a demonstration on how things are happening, even because by how close you've worked together throughout the days, Banan being a good performer, you enact one or two possible scenarios there with just everyday items, obviously not killing you, but you do enact this, and as time passes by, actually one of your enacts almost goes wrong, and immediately when Meg is seeing that, he's starting to pray, and everything turns out well then. So you actually have proven that Meg is not the killer, but something is just like he's just a blind spot. So there's no luck, no bad luck. It just happens. Like unnatural things are happening around him if he's not praying for too long. And this is how you've solved that now. I've intended this to be way different in the beginning, but then a character split and left the group, and another character had to be introduced, and that's why this now feels kind of shoved in, and it doesn't have to do anything with the main story. I give you that, but I thought it would be a nice little adventure, if you will, so throughout the city. But you have now actually friends in the poverty area as well. So in the poverty, not area, in the poverty, in the poor layer, if you will, so in the poor part of the hierarchy of Velvet Valley. And that being said, you now have friends in the working layer, like the sheriff. You have a friend in the poor layer in Velvet Valley with Mac, and you have a friend with Zalazar being the noble hierarchy, and at the other end of Mac's spectrum. So you do have these three friends, well, acquaintances. Let's put it that for now. But they are willing to help you. Let's put it that way. And that being said, you're leaving the executioner's place. The sheriff actually holds you back, Brother Tiberius, and says, "We gotta talk, Brother Tiberius. Something serious came up."
Something serious? Is there something I can help with, Sheriff?
Well, I certainly do hope so. Let's go into our department and into my department's building, and then into my office. That's the word. And then and then we talk. Maybe not for everyone to hear here.
Oh, of course.
Day has already passed by like half or something like that. When you reach there, you like it's like an hour later or something like that. I don't know what I said that distance was. I think it was an hour or something like that.
Felt like a minute.
It felt like a minute. Okay, cool. Everyone's following, and the sheriff is actually asking you again, do you want them to hear what we're talking about? Because you came alone when you brought that case in, that's why I'm asking.
I'll turn to the rest of the group. Would you care to wait a bit?
Well, I go shopping then.
I will follow him. I will follow him.
Shast nods and
Thank you.
just Shast nods and just be the shadow that she is today.
Thank you. I'll meet you later then. And then I'll follow the sheriff.
Cool, yeah. So you actually enter his office, and he now has his own room, a separate room, and it all feels more like a large city police department and city guard department, instead of a provisory establishment for gathering bad people. So what he's now doing is basically he's putting you on a chair and sitting in front of you, crosses his arms and legs, and then he says, "You do remember that you brought in a case, don't you?"
Of course, yes.
Just for good measurements, can you please repeat what case you brought in? I just need to make sure that nothing's messing with anyone's memory here.
Memory? What do you mean?
I'm afraid today I'm the one asking the questions. You have your turn later.
Huh. As a player, I'm actually not too sure which case he means. I think it was the stuff about the pirates?
Nope.
That they were basically going on a manhunt throughout the city?
No, you never brought that in. Make a history check. Why? Huh? That's interesting. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Well, you do remember that one case that you actually brought in, being that someone broke into the grave of Valorian Velvet.
Okay.
And he looks in your face for memories, and he sees that you do start to remember that you brought that in, and he says, I know there happened a lot lately, especially with you solving the murderer, not murderer of Mac, which honestly is quite impressive. So I think it is safe to say that we can trust you guys with a little bit bigger tasks here. You seem fairly competent. I really was not sure how you stand to your friends and if they know that you've talked here about this occurrence of the grave being broken open and yada yada. I just have a few more questions. When you were there, do you remember anything outstanding?
If there's something outstanding, then it would probably be the, well, how do I say this? The whole atmosphere about this crypt.
I'm talking more
See,
immaterial goods.
Material goods. No, the crypt was broken in, and everything inside has already been taken out. Shakira taking the ring was player knowledge, if I recall correctly.
Exactly. No one
So,
saw
no,
or
there was
know that she
nothing
took.
special.
And then he's nodding slowly, and he lets you know that investigations have been picked up as there were funerary goods which the Velvet Valley has been claiming missing now. And that he would actually want to ask you or your group to get them back, because he can't leave the city, especially since it's expected that in a month from now, or in the next 2 months from now, that there are like 200 more citizens minimum moving to Velvet Valley.
That's a lot of people. For a small village.
For a village, actually.
Huh.
Not small. We already figured out in private that I never said
I
small
know.
village. But yeah, it is, even for a village, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Do you know what kinds of, well, funerary goods have been stolen?
And with that, he's going to... I don't get it. With that, he's telling you about 3 different relics. And he says that he would ask you to if you were to declare yourself, obviously, fine with that. He would be asking you to find 3 relics or find more information about those relics that went missing from the Velvet family. And there have been 3 of those relics. There's been the chalice that could be used as a door stopper, mighty enough to hold a mountain in place. A plate that could be used as a mirror, reflecting realistically enough one might lose himself in that mirror. And the hourglass that could bore Father Grimm himself to death with enough sand to let flesh rot.
That's an interesting description.
Well, they're always fairly interesting, the Velvets. Oh, by the way, I could have settled. I could settle your little discrepancy there with Castellian. He still doesn't want to see you, but he's fine with you being in the town and doing your stuff, as long as you're not on his property. Like you as your group.
Hmm. Let me just note down the 3 items.
Oh, you have it in the quest log available.
Anyways, I've noted them down.
That's good. That's good.
About Castello Pedro, well, that would be much appreciated if you could help us out there.
He actually did that already. I may have used wrong wording there. So he told you about Castello Pedro. Yeah, let's say he said about Castello Pedro. I took care of that for you. He still doesn't want to see you on his property, but he's fine with you doing whatever shenanigans you want to do in the city. Apparently not killing someone or threatening someone, but you will not have the chance to, because there will be guards everywhere on the city's roads soon anyways, so
I've never planned on murdering anyone, so I guess we're fine with that.
that's good that we agree on that. Oh, it may as well be interesting for you guys. That the pharmacist that you've been so good friends with has been replaced.
What do you mean by replaced?
Well, he got shunned out of the city.
Tiberius looks shocked and stares right in his eyes. What did he do?
Supposedly experiments. I was not the one in charge for it. I don't know who was. One day he was here, next day there was a letter on my desk telling me that I have not to ask any questions about that, but he's shunned because he did some inhuman experiments. Not toleratable, I think the words were.
I'm trying to think back to our encounter with this guy. And did tell us something about experiments. And
Yep.
he...
The
even
others can help
asked,
you if you want to.
No, I'm just recounting that for myself.
Mm-mm.
But back then, he always did those experiments on small animals. And wanted to try that on bunny Tiberius, but that's another another topic. So now he apparently tried to do those experiments on humans as well.
And humanoid creatures. Not just on humans.
Humans.
Not just on humans. Humanoid creatures.
Humans. Oh boy. Is there any chance that the pharmacist or the old pharmacist has taken those 3 relics? I mean, powerful magical artifacts would warrant such experiments, no?
From what I've heard, I really...
I don't know, man. Go look yourself.
Give me a second, checking my memos on that. He says that that you may talk to someone better networked than him, better networked outside the city than him.
I guess I'll try that. Any clues on where I should or where we should start the search?
He thinks, and he repeats what he just said. Letting you know to talk to someone who, in your opinion, is or should be outside these walls, be better networked than him. Like have a
I see.
better social network.
In that case, we'll try our best.
If you try your best, but you don't succeed. Yep, cool. And that ends that scenery. He's basically bringing you out to the front door and says, thanks again. You've helped a lot there with Mac. So there's actually no bloods on the hands of the executioner. He might be a grumpy guy, but he is an honest and justice guy. He just likes to kill people. Not outside his job.
Well, that's good enough, I guess.
And then you start looking for Bernan and find him at the grocery store because there's actually no market anymore. There's just the grocery store and maybe one or two more little shops. Maybe the smith. But you let him know that you guys need to talk to Salazar, because you need to talk to someone who's networked outside the city, and he's the first one who came into your mind. Obviously, right?
Hmm.
Shopping time.
Shopping time. So yeah, do you want to buy anything at the grocery?
Yes.
Cool.
Bolts.
What do you want to buy?
Bolts.
Bolts. Let me see the price for
Bolts.
bolts.
And a tent.
Tent. Sure. What's the price for a bolt? I'd say like 1 copper piece per bolt. Those are not like special bolts. They will not give you anything special. So just 1 copper piece. You could literally go out and craft them yourselves. Try to. So yeah, sure. You get them per piece per 1 copper point. Copper piece. And then a tent is a little bit more expensive, and I'll have to look that up. I need to have like price tables. Do you want to have like a normal tent or a 2-person tent?
Two-person tent.
A 2-person tent?
Two.
Cool. So the grocery shop owner is thinking a little bit, and then she says, "It's been a long time that someone bought it. If I remember correctly, 2 gold pieces."
For one tent.
Yeah, for 1 tent.
Mm,
For one
then I buy
2-person
two.
tent.
Then I buy 2 and give Brother Tiberius one of them.
That's very generous.
He has no
th-
gold, he
generous
has no
indeed.
money.
then she thinks for a second there, and says, "You know what? You can have the bolts for free. If you're buying 2 tents, you can have the bolts for free. I don't want to rip you
Oh.
guys off.
Thank you.
You seem like a
Uh,
nice guy. Why shouldn't I?"
How much bolts she give me?
I would say
How many?
20.
20.
Yeah, I'm looking it up, like literally crossbow bolts. The suggested price is 1 gold piece, but I don't see that. I don't see that happening. You could literally craft them
1
themselves.
gold piece for a
20.
quiver of 20, I guess.
Yeah, you get the quiver as well, den Köcher. But I still don't see 1 gold piece. But that's me being stingy on gold anyways. So cool. So you guys do the grocery. Do you want to buy more? Anything? Anyone?
I need a larger backpack.
Sure. A larger backpack. She thinks, and then she says she could certainly craft something, or let someone craft something to be basically double the normal size, but that would require you to have to be very strong built. So you would have to have at least a strength modifier, strength core value of 10.
Not for me.
Uh,
Well, then I give the tent to Shast. Wait a second.
Wait. Yeah, for now we said anyways we're ignoring the encumbrance, so it should be fine now. Yeah,
Well, okay. Then I'll hold it.
we're not considering it right now. Also usually you could put, how much is it in a backpack usually?
20 pounds.
20 pounds, right? Yep. So you could put like that, and that would be 10, 17, 20. I would allow to attach that on the outside. That one's strapped to your to your girdle. And that belt, thanks. These two are strapped to your belt, and then where is it? There we go. And then even you should be able to carry again. Yep, there we go. So
Hey,
technically,
thank
even
you.
you can carry it. Because apparently, if you put something into a backpack, you wouldn't carry the weight, like all of it, right? That's the purpose of a backpack, to carry more, and if it's not as heavy. Anyway, but again, we're not playing with the encumbrance right now. That will come later on, but for now, we're not caring about that. But as you guys finish up, you're going over to Salazar's place, and the guards are actually waiting for you already, and saying, "Oh, you're back. That's nice. How's been your trip?"
Was great. I can tell you some stories if you want.
Sure, I've got all day.
But first we need to talk to Mr. Salazar.
But first, let me take a selfie.
No
Uh,
selfies.
Oh crap. But please, Dungeon Master. Oh wait, I'm the Dungeon Master. You do. Still don't have a map for him. Eh. There we go. Yeah, you do get on that on that area again. And it is a lovely day, and you do see the marble floor again, those marble tiles. Everything's still as it was when you left. Those people who look like slaves, left and right to the alley that you're walking up, are they still there? They still look very happy. They still look very satisfied. Actually, seems like nothing's missing for them, and at the end, where those stairs are that are meeting in the middle, at the balustrade of them is standing Salazar, and happily opening his arms, shouting towards you, "You're back! How can I help you today? My friends."
Do you... Oh, you go first.
No, go you first.
Sure. Tiberius will get straight to the point with this guy. Do you happen to know where the 3 artifacts that Valerian Velvet was, buried with are now?
And as straight to the point as you are, his happy face vanishes, and a and a more serious face appears. And he's waving you in without saying anything. Still very energetic, but way more serious than before. And as you follow, going up the marble stairs, entering the door, the doors are closing themselves, which you probably never have seen before, not even the last time that you've been here. You're following him into that room again, where all these like where this table is, where like a lot of things are lying on, and all these drawers where like items are popping out of, and all that kind of sort. And he's offering you like 2 to 3 chairs, and then he says, I think we need to talk, don't we? So it happened to be quite a while ago when first off, how do I ask? The last time you've met, you got a little present by me. A little present. Did you recognize anything different from usual? Maybe animals around you were a little friendlier?
Yes.
Very good, very good. So it worked. And he scribbled something on a paper. Or would you be interested that this is happening a little more?
Oh, why not?
And he's pulling out one of a one-off flask. And says, this is a magical infused scent which is calming people, in just normal people, wildlife. You know, the animals around the area, like squirrels and wolves and these kind of sorts. They will calm them, and as long as you don't attack them, they most likely won't. Maybe. They make them. It makes them trusting you a little bit more. And it's only, and he's bending over the table a little bit. It's only 50 gold pieces each, and I've got only 2 on stock. If you buy now, I might give you the second for half price.
That sounds great, but well, on our way back, some bandits stole our money.
Oh, bandits! Oh, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Okay. I see you have no money. Then we don't talk business about that. So let's talk about what happened several centuries ago. You guys know that I'm one of the forefathers of the city, right?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So, and this is the first time that he lifts his hood that he's wearing. That was deep into his face. You still could read his face, kinda, for some magical means, but you couldn't see his whole head. And then you see a black-haired, kind of young-looking human. And he says, see, we were naive boys back then. And we've been dreaming about the... How do you say? Eternity. So we've prayed to the gods for eternity. And you got a promise that you're not talking about this with anyone. Never ever. Unless you want to be found by you know who. Plus me. Do we have a deal?
Yes, of course. We never talked about things we talk here.
You can talk about things that you talk here. You just don't talk about the stuff that I'm going to tell you now. This is very exclusive knowledge. So, as you came back and you apparently are very trustful and very trustworthy, and he points at the little bell that you are carrying, Brother Tiberius. He's and proceeds with, I guess now I can tell you. So a long time ago, we've been very naive, and we mingled with what we were thinking were the gods. It turned out we've been dealing with the other side of the gods. Now, do you guys know about the shards?
We've
Little
heard of
bit.
them, yes.
So these shards are very powerful, and they come in versions of demons, of daemons, of devils, and of gods. Like you are praying to a shard as well, and he's pointing at you, Brother Tiberius. So we were praying for eternity, for immortality, like every brave young creature would do, right? We've been hurt. One of us actually was praying so deeply and so convincing that later we found out he may or may not been taken over by this shard. By now I trust you to know whom it is. Now, something happened, and that grave that we've been planning and fleshing out, those moments when Valorian still was himself for parts, was broken. Very unfortunate. Do you know what it takes to kill a god or an evil?
Not really.
Devil, not evil. Sometimes I'm out of my words. And now how should you? We didn't know as well. So, united, Castellion and I, we crafted a very handy work. we've crafted a chalice that could be used as a door stopper, mighty enough to hold a mountain in place. We've crafted a plate that could be used as a mirror, reflecting realistic enough one might lose himself in the mirror. And an hourglass that could bore Father Grimm himself to death, with enough sand to let flesh rot. And this is what we did. The one moment of sanity that Valorian still had, we've brought him into the coffin. We've put the chalice on the coffin and made sure that he couldn't open it, so he was trapped in there. Yet, if that was not enough, we've put the plate on the ceiling of the crypt, just in case the shard itself would leave Valorian's body behind, so that it would confuse seeing the coffin twice and would be trapped either in the coffin or in the mirror. And last but not least, we put the hourglass that was magically infused to make time go by visible. It would permanently lose sand if the shard of immortality is nearby and never run out of sand doing so. Yet it would turn whatever flesh should be rotten to its natural state. It would make it rot if the creature sees it. So when both Castellian Pedro and I banished Valorian, we were still alive after that. So we know that by just banishing a god with a mighty spell, you actually can't kill a god, or a devil in that case. We knew that because we haven't lost our powers. The enhanced magic, the strongly enhanced magic that Castellian Pedro is actually bearing, and my deep understanding of the universe and traveling. Now, you already asked me, and again he's pointing at you, Brother Tiberius. You asked me already why Castellian just can't stand Valorian. Well, it was his ritual. I only crafted the items with the major help of Castellian, so he probably is the stronger one of us. To actually make sure that this whole crypt was a prison for Valorian. And it worked for maybe 2 or 3 centuries. Time is very relative if you've got literally and virtually infinite of it. So here are your answers. Castellian just chooses to never hear the name Valorian Velvet because he's so afraid that Valorian is coming back to haunt him, because he actually casted that ritual, and he also casted the magic that I then deflected by magical items into other magical items. apparently those items, those magic relics, are not there anymore, and I can only think of and hope that they have been sent in several directions of the sky, maybe to the north, the south, and the west.
So if we bring them back, we can put him back in the grave?
Well, if he's not at full power and not full strength, then yes, in theory, we could put him back into the grave to rest for another century, maybe, or longer.
Well, you know, the sheriff told Brother Tiberius to find these items.
Well, if you want to, I can have my ears on the street, how you say, and maybe I have some information for you guys by tomorrow or maybe next week or something. And then maybe we may find out where one of these relics is going.
That sounds good.
Other than that, there's nothing new here. I'm now the leader of the Merchants Guild in this town. But that may be new. So if you need anything, just let me know, and I will advise you to my merchants. And now he's having the not so serious face anymore. He's having the smile again on his lips, and he's just being him as you know him.
I thank him and tell him the story of our journey.
First off, before we are ending that, and before we're hopping into like the talk about maybe the dragon, because I'm pretty sure you mentioned it. Do you want to intervene there, and do you want to have more knowledge, Brother Tiberius? Do you want to ask some questions there?
If he's going to, well, if he's going to tell his people to keep an eye out for anything, that should be good enough for now. And I don't think he would be willing to tell us much more.
You don't need an insight check to know that he's not knowing more. In these terms, depending on what you would like to ask, but if it's about the relics and such, you see that, or you know that he doesn't doesn't know more. You've been around long enough to know that, like, seeing the face of the creature, and you know, okay, now it's not knowing anything now.
Okay.
Cool. And then, as Brother Banan is mentioning the dragons while he's like telling all the stories that you've experienced. You guys see Salazar taking a note there, and right after you finished, Banan, he actually refers back to you and says, "Now that is interesting. Usually those dragons only come back when there is one of their young wormlings dying. That may very well be a brother or a father or a mother or a sister or a cousin of that dragon wormling dying. That could be very bad and very concerning." I mean, if someone is starting to kill the dragons on our continent, that may end up in very, very, very powerful dragons coming back to our continent. Which, trust me, you don't want to. You don't want to mess with that. I'm very sure.
Well, that's all for now.
If that is all, who are you, new friend? And he's pointing at Magna, who is so rudely here sitting on my floor and not on my very comfortable chair.
I was looking for friends and found these nice people, and we are helping each other.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
You found the right group then. I'm very certain this will be very nourishing for all of you. With that being said, chop chop. Kitty's starting to play with things now. That was confusing me. Chop chop, you do your own business, and I will make sure to arrange that I get some information for you, maybe tomorrow or next week.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Thank you for your visit, friends.
No problem.
And with that, you're leaving the property. And as you're leaving the property, you see in the far distance, as you're getting on the roads, and those roads are still a little bit emptier than usual, and people seem to be way busier than usual. You do see in the distance, out of hearing distance, still in optical and vision distance, make a perception roll. Funnily enough, Magna, make a D2 roll.
D2?
Yeah, /R 1D2. Okay, cool. Cool. So, as you walk there, okay. Hey, psst. Thanks. In 5 minutes, Cat.
Cat is jumping there.
Yeah, yeah, a cat is jumping there. You do see another tiefling. You do see that by a distinct tail and distinct horns that are just a little bit reaching off over the head. Other than that, that creature and that tiefling is wearing a cape now that she that she didn't used to wear, and she is leaving the city in direction of south. And as you're walking up to the tavern, and it's getting later and later, Brother Tiberius recognizes a person that he knows, and only he knows. Well, no, actually, oh yeah, well, Shast knows as well. Over here, very, very, very loosely, Shast knows that person very loosely. Brother Tiberius knows that person. Somewhere over here, again, out of hearing distance, just invisible distance, leaving the city in direction of west. And the usual light-ish aura that creature would emit usually has turned dark, almost black. And with that, actually don't need that music anymore. And with that, we're leaving the session for today. We're having one more weekly task, once more, finally. I haven't asked actually whether you've done the last session's thing, but for now, for this session, I want you to note down 3 character hobbies. Like just 3 hobbies that your character would have.
Okay.
And with that, we're ending the stream as well. I hope you guys on the stream enjoyed and actually made some sense out of what you've heard here. If you haven't, make sure to rewatch every episode on my YouTube channel. I know it's a lot, I know it's 3 hours, but every piece should fall together if you know the whole backstory here. Other than that, I hope you tune in tomorrow again when, well, we'll see if I'm capable to stream tomorrow, because I get my first flu shot tomorrow and I'm not sure whether I stream. But if I do stream, I hope you'll see us tomorrow again for some Horizon Zero Dawn, because we still have to finish that game off. And next week on Tuesday, we're going to have more Dungeons and Dragons, and if you like Dungeons and Dragons, make sure to tune in then again when we're actually taking a new quest and having some more information to know where to head to. That being said, have a great evening, have a great morning, have a great afternoon, have a great lunchtime whenever you're watching the VOD. Enjoy yourselves. See you then.